Hi, welcome back. This video is a little bit of a longer one, but I'm going to take some time to teach you how to take your sketch floor plan and your room survey and your furniture schedule that you've completed in the last tasks and turn it into a to-scale measured plan. So I'm going to teach you how to do this using graph paper and a pen and pencil and ruler, and also for those of you who are interested, I'll teach you how to draw a to-scale floor plan using a program called Roomall, which is sort of a computer-aided design program, so you can draw it up on the computer. So I hope you enjoy this. So let's start by me letting you guys know what a scaled floor plan is. So it's a drawing, which we've talked about, floor plans in the last few videos, but this one shows a space with accurate dimensions, reduced in size by a certain amount, and that amount is what we call the scale of the drawing. It means that you can reduce the size of the drawing to fit on a piece of paper or a screen, so it's really easy to read. The drawing is accurate, so everything is drawn to the same scale, so the floor plans and the furniture and everything within it is all drawn at the same scale, so you can plan a space on paper or on screen. So how do we draw to-scale plans? So there's many different CAD programs, which is computer-aided design, lots of different ones that designers and architects use to draw them, and that's mainly how people, professionals, draw their floor plans. Also, people still use sometimes a drawing board and scale ruler. This is how I was taught to draw to scale drawings. When I was at university, I had a drawing board and what we call a scale ruler. Now, this is a really clever ruler, and I still use it day to day if I'm doing quick kind of hand sketches of floor plans. It helps you reduce the scale of the drawing to fit on your paper. So 1 to 100 means for every 1 metre, it's 1 centimetre on the ruler, and then 1 to 50, every 1 metre, you can see it's a little bit bigger drawing there, that's 1 metre is about 2 centimetres if you draw 1 to 50, and if you want to draw really detailed drawings like joinery details, sometimes you use a 1 to 20 scale, but I won't go into this much detail for these videos, don't worry, I'll keep it much more straightforward. And then graph paper is another way, and people still use graph paper to draw floor plans now. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to draw a to-scale floor plan using graph paper, and also using a computer-aided design program called Roomall. So let's start by drawing a floor plan to scale using graph paper. So what will you need? You'll need some graph paper, or you can often print a template online and print it out if you have a printer at home to use for graph paper. A pencil and maybe a pen as well to define the lines. A ruler, it doesn't have to be a scale ruler, just a standard ruler is fine for this. And a pair of scissors. So what we're going to do is take the sketch plan, which you did, which shows all the dimensions that you use to conduct your room survey. So you should have that information. And we're going to turn it into a plan that is drawn to scale using graph paper. So we'll also add your existing furniture onto that plan as well. So let's get started. So you'll need your sketch floor plan with all the dimensions and your graph paper.
So now we're going to take the survey, the measured survey drawing, and draw it to scale using graph paper. So on the graph paper, if you take 10 little squares across, that can be 1 metre here. Or it can be 100 centimetres, which is the same, or 1000 millimetres. So you can see, you can count in 10 centimetres, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's 1 metre across, is sort of 2 squares across. So if you use that as your guideline, then you can take the measurements from your survey and put them onto the plan. So first of all, I'll start off with the overall measurements. So A across was 383. So let's go 1 metre, 2 metres, 3 metres, and then 50, 60, 70, 80, and a little bit. So that's my 383 metres across. So it's 1 metre here, that's 0, that's 2 metres there, 3 metres there, and then the 83. And then B, which is this measurement here, the width of the room here, is 364. So we'll go up from this 0 point and we'll go 1 metre, 2 metres, 3 metres, 50, 64, so about there. Okay, so that's the width and length of the room. So I'll take that across here and then here. Okay, so that's the overall layout of the room. So next we want to position these windows within the room. So dimension E, if we remember, was 42 across before the window started. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 42, so it's about there. And then the window itself was 75, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75 takes us to about there. Okay, and then I tend to show the walls as 20 centimetres thick, so that's 2 squares thick. So we'll draw that there and we'll draw this here. And then we've got those wide opening doors, which are 206, so just over 2 metres. So if we take it from here and we go 1 metre takes us to here, 2 metres takes us to here, and then 6 centimetres. So 1, 2, 6 is there. Okay, so those are the openings, the opening to the doors there. And then on this wall here, we've got that door that we need to position. So the C measurement here was 294. So we've got 1 metre takes us to here, 1, and then we've got 2, and then we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 94, it's about there. And then the opening to the door was 76. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, so about there. So then we've got the opening sits about here, here and here.
So as you can see here, I've gone over my pencil drawing with a pen just to make it clearer, and here's my plan to scale. So you can see the 1 metre is the 10 little tiny squares there, and then this plan is drawn in line with this. So the next step is to think about the existing furniture in your room, and let's add that to the floor plan. So if you've got your furniture schedule, which you did in the previous videos, you should have the measurements for all the furniture that you want to keep in the room. So you can see here, I've got single bed, which is 198 by 99. We only need the width and length of each piece of furniture because this is just in plan, so it's 2-dimensional. So we don't have to worry about the 3-dimensional shape for this exercise. So I've used this 1 metre scale here, just under 2 metres, so it's 198 centimetres, so you can see there, and it's just pretty much a metre wide, 99 centimetres. So yeah, that bed's drawn to scale there. And then we've got the wardrobes. I've got 2 of those which I've drawn out. And then the storage, the long storage cabinet, and also the cube storage unit as well we've got here. So you can see that's, yeah, just under 80 centimetres by just under 40 centimetres. So these are all now drawn to scale on the same graph paper. And then the next thing I do is take my scissors and just cut round each one. And then you can lay them onto your plan. So once you've cut them out, you can move them around. And this is the existing layout of the room. So you can see here, we've got the bed. Oh, here we go. We've got a single bed here. We've got the cube storage. We've got the books, the other storage, and the wardrobes. And what I've done here is, with my floor plan, I've taken a photograph of it and popped it into PowerPoint, and then I've just put some rectangular boxes around the furniture, and I've labelled them as well. So this is a plan to scale with existing furniture. Okay, so you can see that there. So next, I'm going to talk you through drawing a plan to scale using Roomall. So again, you'll need your sketch plan because that's got all the measurements, and you'll need your furniture schedule as well. And I'll show you how to create a Roomall floor plan. And also, using your furniture schedule, we can add in all the existing furniture to scale so you can see your existing floor plan. Roomall is a really great and really simple to use free online floor plan drawing software where you can draw simple floor plans like this to scale, and also at the click of a button you can get a little kind of basic 3D model of the room as well, which is really handy. So I'm going to show you how to use Roomall. So what you need to do is to create an account. As I say, it's completely free. Just go on to www.roomall.com/app/login, and then you can sign up with, you just need to sort of put an email address in and a password as well, and then you can sign in and start using it. So now you're logged in to Roomall, it's time to start creating your plans. So I've got lots of plans here because I use this program quite a lot, but you'll have none to start with, so you just click here to create a new plan. And then we can just call it Maisie's Room. And then to open it, you just click this and it will open a new plan for you. Oh, let's do it again. There we go. Sometimes takes a few seconds to load. Okay, so here we are. So there's a blank page here. There's various things at the top here, so I'll talk you through it. But to get started, if you click on this button here, this is the settings, and we'll show the measurements. We've got it in centimetres because we don't want to work in inches, feet and inches. So we'll stick to metric and centimetres. And then here, every wall that you draw will be shown in these dimensions. So the ceiling height, if you remember on our sketch floor plan, I'll just pull that here, the ceiling height was 250 centimetres. So what I'm going to do is set this to 250. So every wall that we draw is at that height. And the wall thickness, I'm going to make that 20 centimetres. So, and then you click here to say apply changes to all existing walls. So I tend to do that before I start drawing. And then to start drawing, you just click on the screen, and because we've set to show measurements, click there, and then I just pull my cursor up and you can see the measurement is just showing there. So that's the wall, and what I need to do is, I'll show you here, we need that measurement B, so that's 364, and then the length of the room there is 383. So this first line needs to be 364. Now don't worry too much about getting it exact. So get it to around the 364. There we go. And then we can adjust that after, and then go along here. So that is 383 along this one. And then go down again, and it will just stop in line. Can you see it stops in line with this one here for you? And then you can click along there and it'll snap to there. So that's your room. Now these measurements are slightly off. So what you need to do is, this one here, measurement B was 364. So you just click on the wall and you can click this little information button here. This one's to delete it, but click the information button. And the wall length was 364. So you just click that and save, and it's adjusted it. And then this one here, we'll do the same here, information, and the wall length for measurement A was 383. So we put that in and click save. So that's the room. And if you click here on the bottom of this kind of three-dimensional cube, you can move around and you can see a three-dimensional view of that room. Now we need to add some doors and windows, so I'll show you how to do that. And then you can click back to that plan view there, and you can zoom in and out using the roller on your mouse. So let's add a door first of all. So if you click this button here, the little plus, there's a whole load of things that come up. Now for the doors and windows, we want to go to construction because that's part of the room. So let's click construction, and there's a variety of doors and windows and the stairs and all sorts. But for this exercise, let's just concentrate on the doors and windows. So select this mock-up internal door. All the mock-up furniture and mock-up elements in this programme are items that you can change the scale of, so they're really good. You can change the size of them to suit. So I'm going to choose that door and then just click insert, and it will just arrive somewhere randomly in your plan. The door isn't there, so when we look at the floor plan here, we want to get it in this bottom left-hand corner, and we want it to sit 294 centimetres along that wall. So you could just click on it and you can just drag it there, and if you go in and out, it shows you which way the door's swinging, but it actually swings into the room. And you can see here that there's measurements for the door. So this door is shown as 80 centimetres, but what we want to do is change that to 76. So click on the information and change the width of the door to 76 centimetres. And that's changed it there. And then this dimension here, we need to be this dimension here, which is 294. So let's take that, and you can just move this along, you see, until it goes to 294. There we go. So that's in the right position. So we know that door's positioned correctly in the room. And then if we click on the 3D model, you can just about see, it's all white actually, but you can just about see that door there as you kind of flick around the model. So let's go back to the plan, and now we're going to put those windows in. So if you remember, in this room, there's a window here with a sill height of 1 metre from the floor, and then there's some opening windows there, sliding opening doors which go down to the floor. So what we need to do is insert here, go to the construction again, and what I would do is go to the windows. So we've got a window that looks a little bit like that with the little opening at the top, and then also what I want to do is do a double window as well. So you can select two things at the same time and insert them, and they're kind of sitting on top of each other here. So this one, I think this smaller one, you can check and see, but I think that's the window. Yeah, you can see that there. What I'm going to do is, the windows in this room are actually in a dark grey colour, so you can change the colour of it by clicking on the information and selecting the colour, and you can change it to a dark grey there. I'm going to do the same on that window as well. click save, and then you'll be able to see, can you see them there in the room? So this one's in the wrong position and the wrong size and shape, but there's this one as well. So let's get this one in the correct position for the room and the correct size. So if we click on that, what we need to do is make sure that here, dimension E, it's 42 centimetres away from that wall, and the width of the window is 75 centimetres. So let's change the width of the window to 75 centimetres. And then this dimension here, it was 42 centimetres away from that wall. So you can just go to there. So that's the right positioning. Now, what we need to do is make sure that that height is correct. Do you remember the sill height we measured from the floor to the base of the window opening? So let's check what that was. The sill height is 1 metre. So on that window, you click on the window and click the information button again. The Z coordinate is the distance that the item sits from the floor. So we can make that 100 centimetres, which is a metre. So that should have popped up slightly. And can you see it's popped up to the ceiling? So really that window only needs to be just over a metre in height as well. So can you see the height of the window? It's set at 150 centimetres. Let's set that at 110 centimetres. And then that fits correctly. So the next thing we want to do is take this sort of double window here, and we want to show it as some double sliding doors, much larger here. So let's take the window and we'll drag it here. First of all, let's get the width of it correct. So the width of that window is 206 centimetres, and it sits directly next to this window here. So 206, so let's change that, the width to 206. And then these doors, I know the height of them, so from the floor right to the top of the window is 210 centimetres, so it's just over 2 metres high. And then that coordinate again, do you remember the Z coordinate? At the moment, this is saying that that window is sitting 90 centimetres from the floor. So let me show you, that's going to look a little bit strange. Can you see? It's sitting here. So that window needs to sit right on the floor because you walk out of that window. So let's click on it. And let's change that Z coordinate to 0, and that means that it will sit on the floor. Can you see that? Okay, so we've got the width correct and we've got the height. It lines up nicely with that window and it sits along the floor. All I need to do is move it across just so it sits directly alongside that window. So we'll just take this and move it across there. Okay. So there we go, we've got those windows there. So you've got the walls, and we've got the windows, and we've got the door, and you can see that 3D model. You can see the door there, and you can see, just about see it there, and the windows, and the door, and the sliding windows. The other thing you can do at this stage is how I showed you how you change the colour of the windows. You can do that to walls, you can do that to the doors as well. So if I take this wall here, I could show this wall as a kind of pale blue wall. And then you can see, there you go, you can see that door stands out a little more. So it's that easy to do. And let's change the floor, because the flooring in this room is like a timber floor. So you can just click on that sort of floor slab there, you can see. Click on there, and then you can choose your floor material. You can put a colour, or there are a few materials. So I'm going to put that timber floor there as well. Okay, so you can see that. So that's a short video just showing you how to draw your room and add windows and doors. Now you have your basic room plan drawn in Roomall with your windows and your doors shown, and you can see the 3D model as well. I'm now going to show you how to add some furniture to the room. Now you've got your floor plan drawn using Roomall, and you've got your 3D model as well that you can view. It's time to add some of the existing furniture to your room. So remember the furniture schedule that you did? This is going to come in handy because we've got all the dimensions that's required for the various furniture pieces that we've got, and then any possible new furniture we're going to talk about in the next video, because we're going to look at proposed floor plans at a later date. But right now, let's get that existing floor plan drawn up for you. So I'm going to start. We need a bed, we need a couple of wardrobes, a large storage unit and a cube storage unit. So what we do is click on this red cross again here. Okay, and this time there's lots of different items here, but lots of these you can't sort of adjust the size of, and they're very specific furniture items. So if you go up to this mock-up furniture section here on the left and click on there, sometimes takes a while to load because there's quite a lot. Here's the mock-up furniture, and you can click show all here and it shows them all. They're always white and you can adjust the size of them and adjust the colour of them, so they're really handy to use in this kind of floor plan, fairly basic floor plan. So you can scroll down and find the things that you want to add to your room. So what do I want? I need a wardrobe, so that cabinet will do as the wardrobe, and you can click more than one thing. So there's the wardrobe. I'm going to scroll down. I'm looking for a bed maybe, and something I can use as a storage unit. There's a bed, but that looks more like a double bed, so I'll keep going. That sideboard, we can use that as a storage unit. And then I'll keep going. Oh, there's a single bed there, so we'll take that as well. And a cube storage unit we had as well. I'm sure they've got one of those. Let me just scroll down. There's all sorts on here, as you can see. Let me find that cube storage unit. They're very popular in kids' bedrooms. Will be here somewhere. There's all sorts. That'll be the last thing I find, I'm sure. Here we go. That one there, that's what I want. Oh, and actually, although I didn't measure it, there was one of these bookcases as well, because we weren't going to keep it. I didn't measure it on the survey, but I'll take that as well. So you can just click insert and they'll randomly pop to the side of the plan. So if I click here, you can see those items. They're all white, so you can't see them very well, but they're all sat there. There's a bed and there's wardrobe and all sorts. So let's start with the bed. So you can just click on it and you can just drag it. And what you can do is here, you can turn it around like this. And then you can, this one here is like a mirror, so it can flip it either way. You can see that, so you click it until you've got the right one. And then this button here means you can make a copy of it. So there's two beds if you need them, but you can delete them as well by clicking that. So that bed, let me double check the size. So the single bed was 198 centimetres by 99 centimetres. We don't have to worry about the height so much, but I suppose I could put that in as it's a 3D model. So 198 by 99. So let's click on the information. So the width, well, it was nearly right. And then that was 198. And then the height, we can put that in, why not? 74 centimetres. And it's sitting on the floor. Remember that Z coordinate, that's 0 because it's sitting on the floor. And what I might do is just change the colour of it slightly just so I can see it. There we go. So there's that bed and it sits, that's where it's sat. Well, it was bunk beds actually, but it sat there. So, okay, so that's that. So the next thing I want to put into the room are the wardrobes. So there's two of these, but let's get the dimensions correct on this one first, and then we can make a copy of it, save doing it twice. So if we click on the information button there, and I just refer back to my furniture schedule, the wardrobe is 60 centimetres wide by 53 centimetres deep and just over 2 metres tall. So 60 centimetres is the width. And then the height was 202, and then the depth was 53 centimetres. So there we go. So that's the right size there. Okay. And then I've put that into place there. So if I click here, that will give me 2 of those wardrobes. You could hardly see that actually, it's popped up to the side there. And then I drag that into place there. Okay, so you should be able to see those wardrobes when I click on here. There you go, there's the wardrobes there, just sitting neatly at the corner and the bed. So next I'll do the larger storage unit. Now I need to twist that round, so you can just use these arrows and twist it round there. And then the dimensions for that, I'll check on my schedule, 147 wide by 39 deep by 77 high. So on that information button again, so the width is 147, the height was 77, and it was 39 centimetres deep. So that sits there in the room. And then I'll do the same for the cube storage here, which is 79 wide, 39 deep and 79 high. So again, 79 by 79, and then the depth was 39, did I say? Yeah, 39. There we go. And that actually was sitting next to the bed there. And then we had this other tall storage unit here, bookcase unit there. So there you go. Just about see there, that's the existing room layout. So we've got those cube storage units there, the bed, the wardrobes, and that storage unit there. Now there were a few other items in the room, but they're not sort of main furniture items, and we're not going to keep them for the new design anyway. So I think this is a really good way of showing the existing layout. What you can do as well is, if you want to take this layout out of this program and put it into a PowerPoint file, I would maybe turn off the measurements there. So there you go, so it looks like a nice neat plan, and then use your snipping tool or print screen tool, and then you can just take that and then you can paste that into your PowerPoint file and label it if you wish. Now you have your Roomall floor plan showing all the existing furniture in your space. You can take a screenshot of that floor plan and pop it into PowerPoint, and you can label it if you wish with all the all the different elements in the room. So now I've shown you how to draw to scale floor plans using graph paper and Roomall. You can choose which way you want to do it, and then use the sketch survey plan and your furniture schedule to draw a to scale existing floor plan of your room. So choose which way you want to do it, and have fun in creating your existing floor plan. Thanks for watching.